Hawlucha is finally coming to Pokémon Go. The new season of Pokémon Go content will bring the opportunity for plenty of new Pokémon to finally make their appearance in the mobile game. As part of this heroic update, Hawlucha will be one such Pokémon making its debut, but with one major drawback. Starting on March 1st, Pokémon Go will swap over to its 10th season of content, Rising Heroes. The focus is loosely based on teamwork and other heroic themes, which makes Hawlucha a somewhat fitting inclusion since it is flashy in both its looks and approach to battle. The dual-fighting flying-type Pokémon Hawlucha, which is also known as the wrestling Pokémon in the Pokédex, is one of the few Kalos region creatures that remained unreleased in Pokémon Go until now. A lot of Pokémon fans were excited at the idea of finally being able to catch Hawlucha, both to use in battle and as a way to enhance their Pokédex. But Niantic has now confirmed that the wrestling Pokémon is the latest addition to Pokémon Go's regional list. While Hawlucha will be added to Pokémon Go on March 1st alongside the start of the Rising Heroes season, it will be region locked to Mexico. We'll have to fly to Mexico, Bruni. This means only players in Mexico and its immediate surrounding areas can actually catch the Pokemon at launch, and we will probably wait a couple of years for it. At least the announcement was cool, with Pokemon Go socials sharing a poster theme like one you would see from a wrestling show taped onto windows around town. It's also fitting of Hawlucha since the Pokemon is themed after a classic Mexican luchador. For players who do want to catch Hawlucha, your best bet for now is to wait until it's included in a future event, or trade with a friend who is taking a trip to Mexico when they get back. Hawlucha in PvP, what it is and what it could have been. As a fighting flying type, even with the nerves, Hawlucha still has distinct advantages versus other fighting types and remains at least interesting in fighter heavy formats. Its Great League viability took the biggest hit, but it remains interesting enough to consider in Ultra League still, especially Ultra Premier. Stats and moves in the Great League: attack 129, defense 109, HP 124. For Ultra League, attack 164, defense 139, HP 165. Starting with the stats, they're already pretty alright for a fighter. It's bulkier than things like Machamp, Toxicroak, Sneasler, Heracross and most other meta fighting types, though less so than Poliwrath, Chestnut, Scrafty, and slightly less so than Kumao. The closest comparison I can find are Buzzhole and Hitmonchan, who have virtually the same attack and high defense, though Hawlucha has compensatingly higher HP. All that to say, it's on the bulky side of successful PvP fighters. The typing is the most interesting part. Like Galarian Zapdos before it, Hawlucha is a flying fighter, giving it a natural resistance to fighting damage coming back its way. Beyond that, Hawlucha retains the same vulnerabilities and resistances as other fighters, though the standard resistance to rock now become neutral instead. From the flying side, Hawlucha doubles up the bug resistance as well as a double resistance to ground and a single to grass. On the vulnerability side, electric and ice pop up now. In the end, that leaves it with 5 weaknesses and 5 resistances, though 2 of those resistances are doubled up, which is fast moves, poison jab and low kick. Hawlucha was all set to take advantage of buffed wing attack, but alas, it was unceremoniously removed just before release. Now it's left with the unusable low kick and non-stab poison jab, which admittedly is a very good move, just not very synergistic on a fighting Pokemon. Charge moves: Power Up Punch, X-Scissor, Flying Press and Aerial Ace. So first, pouring out what was lost: Sky Attack. We often mock Aerial Ace because while it's viable enough when you stack it up against, say, Sky Attack, it becomes blatantly obvious just how mediocre Aerial Ace is. So when Ace was added and Sky Attack removed from Hawlucha's moveset, just before it released, you could probably hear the groans from most corners of the world. I think it started off with it being original. So distasteful is Aerial Ace that several early videos I've seen Hawlucha in GBL haven't run ace at all, but instead power up punch, leading into the fantastic chart move that it got to keep flying press. How good is it? Side strike and avalanche are considered to be amazing PvP moves, but flying press deal the same 90 damage for 5 less energy. The same is true of exclusive moves Fusion Flare and Fusion Bolt. 45 energy for 90 damage, whereas flying press does the same for only 40 energy. V-Create deals 5 more damage for the same 40 energy, but comes with a 3 times nerf to the user's defense. Flying press comes back with 0 drawbacks. And that is it. That is what we have on Hawlucha for now. I think the biggest disappointment for me is it being a regional. It's always tough to get regionals, especially with the world after COVID, where flying is not that easy as it used to be. I was really looking forward to getting this Pokemon in my decks. It is quite cute, but it is what it is. So, hands up, we will be flying to Mexico. No, I can't, but someday we will get Hawlucha. Guys, if you like our content and if you like what we're doing, please subscribe to our channel. It will help us so much, and it's absolutely free. We really appreciate your support and your comments. Keep it going, and yeah, have an awesome day wherever you are in the world. Cheers!